Hi, this is Ben Ferrell, President of CEO of BMC Ferrell in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We work with leaders, pastors, and ministries in helping them capture the power of media to bring good news to the world. But I have some good news for you today. It's Easter week. Welcome to Easter week. You know, in Jesus' day, it was not a very fun week. It ended well, but it was a rough week. And right now, we are having a rough time as well. We're right in the middle of the coronavirus crisis, lockdown. And you know, I have 6 things that I think if you do these 6 things, your life will be richly blessed during this time. It's similar to what was in the Bible where Isaac was in the Philistine land. It said a severe famine overshadowed the land. And as it happened before, Isaac moved to the city of where the Philistines lived. And it said that he sowed in famine, and the year's crops were tremendous. 100 times the grain that he sowed is what he reaped. Well, this is a famine right now. This is one of the worst pandemics, problems we've ever had in America. And with all sensitivity to those that are suffering, those that are working, exhausted, doing all they can to stop the coronavirus, my hat's off and prayers for you. But I wanted to give my leaders and pastors and churches, even if everyone's a leader, maybe it's your own family, 6 things that you can be doing right now. Because here's my message to you. We are getting ready to see a huge surge forward. When this coronavirus thing passes, I believe there's going to be a huge surge in church growth, in ministry growth, in finances. There's going to be a huge, prosperous time. But it's going to be important to know what we're doing right now. Number 1, pray. And that's a very general thing. But what I really mean is God has given us a gift of time. We're not busy running around, going, eating, drinking, and being merry. We are sitting in our homes. This is a great opportunity to develop your relationship with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit has been sent to us to be a comforter, to be a teacher, to be a guide. When's the last time you asked him the hard questions? Holy Spirit, where are you leading me? What do I need to be doing? What am I not doing? This is a great time to pray. And you leaders, it's a great time to double up your prayer time for your congregation. Bow your knee for them. Call their name out loud. Every name in your congregation, your partner, call them out to the Lord. Ask God to strengthen them. Pray Psalm 91, Psalm 23, Ephesians 2, for Jesus himself to be their peace, for them to be strengthened with power and might in their inner man, for the revelation of God's love to come into the person that you're praying for. These are awesome times. Prayer makes a huge difference. And I know a lot of our leaders are doing a great job on social media, online services, and streaming. This is all good, but what about power of traditional media? If you're a pastor, your church member would love to get a letter in their mailbox. Pray. Ask God to give you a word for your congregation or your partners. Send it out. Yes, print it, bulk mail. People know all about that. But if the words are from your heart, in their mailbox will have something that brings them life. And you know, if you're a leader, a church planter, or a pastor, Dr. Ed Silvoso has taught us that it's not that we're supposed to just be pastoring our own flock, but if you are a pastor in a city, you and the other pastors are called to pastor the whole city. So if you are a leader, I'm encouraging you to produce a 30 or 60-second television or radio spot. Seize the power of traditional media. Television is still the most far-reaching, and they're watching in their homes by huge numbers. They're buying Bibles right now at a spike. People want the truth. You can make a spot. They need to see your face, hear your voice, demonstrate your faith that it's going to be all right in this city. Consider that. And the other thing I would say is to make Zoom calls. Not just generally, but create a Zoom call for specific needs. Say at 3 o'clock, we're going to have a Zoom call for anyone in our congregation or our partners that are dealing with fear. In this Zoom call, I'm going to deal with fear. Or if they're literally sick or having symptoms, this Zoom call at a certain time, we're going to deal with sickness. We're going to pray. We're going to believe God for healing. Or what about jobs? They've lost a job, a financial problem. A Zoom call to pray for jobs, pray for anybody and encouraging them. So lots of things that you can do with a Zoom meeting and with mass communication today. And one of my favorite things I recommend for you to do as a leader and even talking to your people, your followers, your members, ask them to do a prayer walk. Dr. Ed Silvosa, in his book, Prayer Evangelism, teaches us to walk our neighborhoods and talk to God about our neighbors before we talk to our neighbors about God. I did this yesterday, just walking through the neighborhood. I'd stop. I'd say, Father, here's the Smith family. I ask you to fill their home with your presence, your Holy Spirit to draw them to Jesus, reveal Jesus to them, meet their needs, and give me an opportunity at some point to be a blessing to them. All we're talking about here is sowing in famine. What can we do while everything is stopped or dead? What can we sow that's going to come back to us when everything gets moving again? And the last thing I would recommend that you do would be to sow a financial seed in famine. I'm not a ministry. I'm not trying to get you to give to us or me, but take money that you may have thought you needed for something else or here or there and sow it intentionally and purposefully into a humanitarian effort, into a way to help people that are sick in this crisis, into a ministry that's bringing the truth. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about whoever you feel led to help. And as you sow in famine, you're going to have seed in the ground, because I'm telling you, once this is over, there's going to be a surge. There's going to be both people that bought Bibles need to be taught. Those people in their homes that you sow seed into are going to come to your church. We're going to surge. And if you get your seed in the ground now, you're going to be riding a great wave when this gets over. And we're going to see the glory of God. And like I told my son when he was going through a hard time, we're in the middle of a great testimony. This is not the fun part. But if we get our seed in the ground, we're going to enjoy the fun part, because it's coming. God bless you, and I hope that helps.